Hey, good morning, Utah families. Corinne Johnson here. I just wanted to hop on and share some exciting news that happened yesterday. And I was going to tell you yesterday, but I was at home not feeling great. But today it's a beautiful morning and I get to tell you the exciting news that our sensitive materials bill that we passed this last session with the state legislature is enacted as of yesterday, July 1st. So let me tell you really quick what this legislation does. First off, it changes the policies in your schools on how they review and remove sensitive materials. So you're going to be wanting to work with your school districts and check with them to make sure that they're rewriting their sensitive materials policy. Some of the key things you're looking for is that they have two different types of committees. One committee is to deal with the very sensitive, very illegal pornographic content. We call this content that crosses the bright line, or 227 violations. So the committee that handles that content doesn't have to include a community of parents, and it doesn't have to go through a review, an intensive review to see if there's literary value. The law already says if it meets those standards, it has no literary value for minors. So this new committee can quickly review, see if the passages violate the law, and remove the material immediately. So that's something you're looking for. The second committee should include parents, and it is for content that is vulgar. It is for content that is not age appropriate. It is for content that we may be concerned is not right for the school setting, but isn't necessarily a violation of our sensitive materials standard. So those committees will still review that material, and then the determinations will be made if it's removed. So that's the first thing you're going to look for. The second thing is that their policy states that while the material is being reviewed for 1227 violations, it's removed from the shelves. We're not going to leave potentially pornographic material on the shelves for kids to access. We're going to remove it while it's reviewed, and then if it's found to not contain the material, they can restore it. But we're going to get this stuff out of the reach of children while it's in question. Another thing that their policy needs to state is that they are going to send, they're going to send the reviews to the school board, to the state school board. The state school board is compiling this information so that we can do statewide removal. So there needs to be a way to transmit this information to the state and to have it be public. So they have to write a report on why a book is removed. So a lot more public transparency for parents, a lot more public transparency for the public to know what's going on in our school libraries. So that's your local policy. Now, on the state level, the USBE will now be receiving reports from schools of which books have violated our bright line rules that are truly illegal pornography in our schools. And once 3 books in a school district decides that 3 books are illegal, then the state can remove that book statewide. It's an automatic trigger. The books are removed statewide. They send the alert out to every school, and the schools remove the books. Unless the USBE decides to review it themselves, maybe there's some question, maybe they're not 100% sure, they can put it on an agenda, they can review the book and determine to not remove it. But if they don't put it on an agenda, it just triggers statewide. So we are looking forward to some of these books being removed. The USBE passed a new policy as well. So all of this is kind of happening fast, but by the time our kids get into school in August, we're estimating roughly around 30 to 40 titles that have just been abhorrent content that pretty much the school boards across the state have pretty much unanimously decided are pornographic. They'll be removed from every single school library. So we will be giving you updates as those books are removed. We're going to post about them and let you know. And then just check with your local school boards, find out what they're doing on their policies, make sure they're following the law. If you have any questions, you're always welcome to reach out to us, send me a DM. And we're just really excited that this law is passed and that is enacted here in the state of Utah. And we are doing even more to protect our children from illegal pornographic content in Utah schools. Thanks, everybody.